Question 41. 2,952 stickers were shared equally among a group of children. So each child received 8 stickers. So there were 91 more boys than girls. So how many girls received the stickers? Okay guys, the first part here, right, is that we have to look at the keyword here, shared equally. Okay guys, so when we talk about shared equally, right, basically we are looking at the operation sign divide. Okay, because we are shared equally into groups. Okay, so each child received 8 stickers. If we were to take the total divide by 8, we will be able to find the total number of children. Okay, so that will be 2,952 divided by 8, and the answer that we will get, it will be 369. So they are all together 369 children, right? And the second part, right guys, is quite a popular question, and make sure that you can draw the correct model, because once you can draw the correct model for this, you will be able to find out the number of boys and girls, given that the total is 369. So there were 91 more boys than girls, right? So for boys, you will have a longer unit, girls a shorter one, and the difference will be 91. Okay, because 91 more boys than girls, and the total boys and girls down here, right, it would be 369. Okay guys, once you can draw this model, then the questions becomes very simple. What we need to do is that there's 2 units here, right? Okay, so 2 units will be 369 minus 91. We'll get 278. And to find the girls, right, it will be just 1 unit. So given 2 units, you just divide the total by 2, and we will be able to find what is 1 unit. It will be 139. Okay, so basically that's the answer. So to just stretch the question a little bit, right, if the question asks you for the number of girls, sorry, the number of boys, then you will just take 1 unit plus 91. Okay, so just take note how to draw this model, because once you can draw this model, you should be able to find out the number of boys and girls easily. Question 42. A shopkeeper had 120 boxes of apples. Each box contained 25 apples. Okay, so I think we can start doing based on the first and second sentences first. 120 boxes, and each box has 25 apples. So we can find the total number of apples. So that will be total apples. It should be times, because 1 box has 25, 120 boxes would have 120 times 25. Okay, so guys, for this question, right, okay, it's a triple and double digit multiplication. So I'll just show you the working by the side. So usually the number with the lesser number of digits, we put it at the bottom. Okay, so we'll put 120 first, then times 25. Okay, to make things clearer, I will draw columns to separate the digits. Okay, so what we will do, right guys, is that we will take 120 multiply by 5 first. Okay, so 0 times 5 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. So I put a 0 here, I bring 1 forward. 1 times 5 is 5 plus 1, that will give us 6. Next guys, we are multiplying by the 2, right? Because the 2 is in the 10th position, what we need to do is that before we start multiplying, we put a 0 in the 1's position first. Okay, so now 2 times 0 will go to the 10th position. Okay, so 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 1 is 1. So we will add these two together, and of course we will get 2000. Okay, so they are all together 2000 apples. Okay, and if he sold 1856 of them, how many apples will he have left? Okay, it will just be 2000 minus 1856, and that will give us 144. Okay, and if we pack the rest into bags of 8, guys, whenever you are packing the number of apples into equal bags, that has to be divided. Okay, but it's like when you are grouping a total into like smaller groups or smaller packages, we always use the sign divide. Okay, so in this case it's 144 divided into 8. 144 divided by 8, what are we going to get? I'm going to get 18 bags. Okay, and that will be our answer, right? Question 43. Mrs. Bay and Mrs. Chan went shopping with the same amount of money at first. Mrs. Bay spent $480 and Mrs. Chan spent $620. In the end, Mrs. Bay had twice as much money as Mrs. Chan. How much money did both of them have altogether at first? Yes, we know that at first, right, they have the same amount of money. Okay, so this is what I will draw before. So Mrs. Bay and Mrs. Chan, they have the same unit. And of course, Mrs. Bay spent $480 and Mrs. Chan spent $620. So of course, Mrs. Chan spent more than Mrs. Bay. And at the end, right, Mrs. Bay had twice as much money as as Mrs. Chan, right? So this is, we'll draw the after first. So at the end, right, Mrs. Bay had twice as much money as Mrs. Chan. So Mrs. Bay will have 2 units and Mrs. Chan would have 1 unit. Okay, so this is how we are going to draw it. Mrs. Bay would have 2 units here. 1, 2, and Mrs. Chan would have 1 unit. And guys, this is, now we are ready to put in the 2 numbers. Mrs. Bay spent $480, right? And Mrs. Chan spent $620. So if you look at the difference from here, is before for Mrs. Bay and this is after for Mrs. Bay. So there is a decrease. So what is this decrease? It is actually the money that Mrs. Bay spent. That will be $480. And for this part, right, that will be the amount that Mrs. Chan has spent, $620. Okay guys, so if you look at this, right, are you able to find out what is 1 unit? Okay, if you just look at this, can you see that 1 unit is just 620, take away 480? Okay, so of course we are ready to continue. So 1 unit will give you 620 minus 480. I will get 140. Okay, so how much money did both of them have altogether at first? Okay guys, let me just find out how much money does Mrs. Chan have at first. Isn't it just 1 unit plus 620? You see, we want to find this, right? If you bring it down, it's just 1 unit plus 620. Okay, so we just do this. 140 plus 620. I will have 760. And this is what Mrs. Chan have at first. But we want to find out both of them. How much do both of them have altogether at first? So what I need to do is I need to take 760 times 2. I'll get 1520. Okay? So that will be the answer. Question 44. Okay guys, this question is actually quite straightforward if you draw the model. But if you do not draw the model, all the numbers will come together and it will become a bit complicated and you might get the wrong answer. So the key thing to this question is please draw the model. Okay? So Mr. Tay spent $5,184 on a sofa, a bed and a computer. The sofa cost $909 more than a computer. Okay, so we can start drawing the sofa and the computer. Sofa is more. How much more? $909. Okay, and the computer costs $765 more than the bed. Okay, so the computer is more expensive than the bed. So the bed has to be even shorter than the computer. By how much? By this, which is 765. Okay, so guys, now right, maybe let me just put the numbers in the box. I think it will be clearer this way. So this box represents 909. This box represents 765. And guys, if you were to dot up, right, can you see that this sofa is actually 7? It's actually 1 unit plus 765 because it's the same. This part of the sofa is the same as this part of the computer. So this computer can be expressed as 1 unit plus 765. So this sofa can also be expressed as 1 unit plus 765 and of course plus this 909 at the end. Okay, so once you draw this, it should be very clear. Okay, and of course you have to put in the total, which is 5184. Okay, so the total 5184. Well, I want to find the cost of the bed. So guys, take note, this type of questions when you draw the model, right, you should have 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit each. And of course, is 1 unit accompanied by some numbers here. Okay, so now, can you see that the total is 5184? So we can find 1, 2, and 3 units. Okay, how to find 1, 2, and 3 units? You just take 1, 2, 5184 minus away all the numbers here. Okay, so to make things easy, right guys, we can just add up all the numbers that we want to subtract first. So it will be 765 plus 765 plus 909. Okay, I will have 2439. Okay, then now 3 units, it will be the total minus of 765, 765 and 909. Okay, so 5184 minus 2439. You get 2745. So 1 unit, it will be just 2745 divided by 3. 915. Okay? And guys, 915 is the answer because the bed, you are finding the cost of the bed at the end, right? So the cost of the bed is just 1 unit. It is $915. Alright guys, this question, right, it looks a bit complicated, but if you were to draw the model, okay, it's something similar to question 41. Okay, guys, question 41, do you see that if we have the total, which is 369, and I know that there are 91 more boys than girls, right? You see 91 more boys than girls. I can draw this model, I can find a number of boys and number of girls at the end. Okay, so if we were to look at question 45, okay, Jerry has 1045 marbles and Kenneth has 799 marbles. So I can just write it down like that. Okay, and at the end we know that Jerry will have 106 marbles more than Kenneth, right? So isn't it something like question 41, Jerry and Kenneth? So Jerry will have slightly more than Kenneth. And how much more? It is 106. And you will be able to find the total of the two of them, right? Which is 1045 plus 799. 1844. Okay, so if this is 1844, right? We can find 2 units, remember? 2 units. 2 units equals to 1844 minus 106. 1738. So 1 unit would be you divide by 2. 1738 divided by 2, I get 869. Okay, clear about this? So guys, now we know that Kenneth has 869 at the end. So at the beginning, Kenneth only have 799. So how many marbles did Jerry give Kenneth? So how many is the same as how many marbles did Kenneth receive from Jerry? So you look at Kenneth at the beginning, 799. Kenneth at the end is 869. So from 799 to jump to 869, that means Kenneth must have taken 869 minus 799, which is 70 marbles from Jerry. Okay, so with this we can get the answer. So guys, look at this question. It's a bit tricky. Okay, it looks complicated, but if you look at the second part, right? How many marbles must Jerry give Kenneth so that Jerry have 106 marbles more than Kenneth? So it becomes something like this. Okay, and this is the very popular model that we need to draw. If let's say there's a difference and given a total, it's just 2 units equals to the total minus of the difference. Then we can find 1 unit, we can find Kenneth. Then of course with plus 106, I can find Jerry as well.